The commission Jesus gave his disciples in Matthew 28:19 is to make more disciples as we go about our lives. And a big part of that is for us to live as Jesus' disciples ourselves. But when I think about the reality that we're supposed to be making disciples, I think about how important it is for us to have relational connections with other people and to help them become more and more like Jesus through our relationships. Again, we are supposed to be making disciples as we go about our lives. And there are a couple of tools that I feel like every disciple of Jesus should have in their disciple-making tool bag, if you will. I mean, if we're really going to disciple people through relationships, we need to learn to ask really good questions, and we need to become really good listeners. And I'm going to walk through a series of short videos to offer some ways that you can grow in your ability to ask really good questions and become a really good listener. But before we dive into those videos, I want to make sure and explain the importance of these two specific tools. See, when you look at the life of Jesus, he asked a lot of questions. According to Martin Copenhaver, Jesus asked 307 questions. At least that's what we have recorded in the Gospels. And he was asked 183 questions, but he only answered like 3 of those questions directly. Oftentimes, he would actually answer a question with a question. He asked really good questions, questions that would get people to think and reflect and wrestle with truth and perspective. He asked an invalid if he wanted to be healed. I mean, think about that. He asked people who had gone out to see John the Baptist, what did you think you were going out there to see? He asked Peter, who do you think I am? I mean, these are really good questions that force people to be introspective and wrestle with what they truly believe. But these are also the types of questions that help you as a disciple maker to see where someone is on their own discipleship journey. See, their answers will reveal their heart condition and their ability to disciple others. Now, when it comes to being a good listener, again, Jesus is our model. See, he was able to ask really hard questions because he was able to hear something deeper when people spoke with him. In a manner of speaking, he was able to read between the lines to help people see the heart issues that they were dealing with. Good listeners, they help people to feel seen, they help people to feel heard, and they also help people process complicated thoughts and feelings. I mean, as human beings, we deal with so much, and so much of a disciple's journey is about what is being transformed inside of us. So having someone to help them process inner soundtracks and emotions, man, that's so valuable for a disciple of Jesus. And when you learn to listen really well, you can validate others. You can learn to be a mirror for someone else, like helping them to see how they're getting things right or how they're getting things wrong. See, Jesus often spoke about having ears to hear. And when he said that, he was speaking about like, hey, listen to the things I'm telling you. But I think being a person who seeks to understand what someone is saying is essential for making disciples. So in the next 2 videos, I'm going to talk about some different types of questions that you can use in everyday conversations, as well as in a small group setting. You can certainly write some of these questions out, but the goal is for you to become proficient in coming up with good questions like in the middle of conversation. You want to learn to be very relational, just asking these good questions in the context of a healthy relationship. Then in the next video, I'm going to focus on some key components of active listening. And these components can transform the way that you interact with others, and they're going to help you to be someone who other people want to sit down with for a conversation. You are a disciple maker, and these tools will only help you to become a better disciple maker. So take your time learning these tools, go back over them often to help you get better and better, and let's make disciples together.